know me, cause I live like this. For the last 20 years, I've been doing this shit. Still riding around town with my face on glitz. Got the paperwork for the watch on my wrist. Nigga, how you gonna say that I ain't did that shit?
Hey, how you doing? I'd like to welcome you to Juan-O's world. And lately, it's been a whole lot going on with the political landscape and things of that nature. And I just wanted to show you a little bit of I'm going to flat out call it what it is. This is a little bit like harassment, fear-mongering. Every day they're asking me for money to donate to Kamala Harris's campaign. If I don't donate, they're not going to win type of messages, which kind of makes no sense. Now, unlike most people, I reached out to both parties. I attempted to go visit both parties and see them when they came to my city. And to be honest with you, the Harris campaign was very disingenuous. In some cases, they were even manipulative with their supporters. And I'm planning on showing you that here. When she came to Detroit, it was supposed to be an event. But when it came down to me getting cleared to go, I realized she wasn't even coming into the city of Detroit. Not only that, it was like a stop through. I felt real cheated and cheap. The appearance of it was like she already knew for sure that she had Michigan in the bag, and there was no reason to actually pay attention to us, even though we just lost, a couple thousand auto plant jobs in the past few months. Directly affected me and some of the people around me. Now, the lack of support is one thing, but the continuous begging for money is a whole entire other. And it makes me wonder how many black people are being extorted to the tune of $20 and $40 a week just because they feel someone identifies with them. How many people are being extorted with them knowing they're never going to do anything to help us back? And then I'm more concerned with, you never see all celebrities agree on something until it's time to vote. So how are people that don't agree on anything all of a sudden in full alliance and agreement with this young lady here? Now, this really bothered me. This is from my union. How can my union tell me how to vote? What's happening to them? Do they know stuff like this is going on? You see, look at this. They asked me to participate in the watch party for Kamala, and I was, to see if she was changing her views or things was different. And then it goes to, will I knock doors for her? Just read this. Then it goes to, will I knock doors for her? No, I will not knock any doors for you. I thought this was a watch party. And how dare my union that I pay to represent me reach out to me to represent somebody else that doesn't represent me? I'm overly offended by this. And you guessed it. Look at that. That's me at a Trump rally. He hasn't asked me for money once. As a matter of fact, I made money there. He actually came to the city. But one thing I didn't like about Trump is he made time to shake everybody's hand. So we was all stuck in there. And dig this. I just got a big raise at work. Nice raise. And you know what? I bring home less money than I did before the raise based on these new tax values and tax laws and tax codes. This is my family. To be honest with you, this has been one of the most expensive years I had as a parent, and it doesn't seem to be getting any more affordable. Now, this is the lady running for president. It didn't matter to me what race she is, but somebody decided to call her a black candidate, and that is where the problem for me comes in. I know this is a black woman. This is the black woman I was so willing to vote for. I know this is a black woman. I may not agree with her all the time, but I would have voted for her. And I damn sure would have voted for this black woman, even if she had her nose did. When I Google black women, these are the women that comes up. Kamala Harris is not even on the list. She's not even pictured. She's not even in there. And you know something? I notice a remarkable difference in these black women versus the one that they're trying to tell me is black. And that's where I have a problem at. See, it takes more than being melanated to be black. It takes more than that. You see the most popular black lady, Sojourner Truth? She has a certain gene in her DNA, seeing that DNA carries memory. And I'm ultraly offended by the fact that every black political person or every person of power who they claim to be black is always missing that gene. So to me, if you don't have the genetic code that was created in the breeding houses of the South, then you can't be black. That's just in my opinion. If you don't have that genetic marker of the memory of what it is to be a slave on this soil in America, you can't be black. And it's mighty funny to me that on our second quasi-black candidate for president, neither one of them had an American-born black father. Neither one of them grew up with their suspected black fathers, which is very offensive. Now, all my life, whenever I stood next to a Jamaican, a Guyanese, a Haitian, no matter what their nationality or race was, they made it a point to let old Juan-O know that we were not connected, and just because we were melanated, we were not the same. They made it a point to diss my culture, my heritage, even when as far as to tell me I don't have one. And you know what I did for all my life? I respected that. But now you want to tell me that you're one of us after all of these years of telling me that we are not one. So which one is it? Because it seems like usury to me. Now, I could be wrong, but I'm overly offended by this. And you see this guy here, the good Dr. Umar, this is one of the things that he has been fighting specifically for the past 5 or 10 years, for us to have a bridge between each other as different countries from Africa and islanders, so on and so forth. He calls it peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. And if our brothers from the continent or from the islands thought that we were all one, then we would have already been connected long before they needed us to vote for this lady Kamala. But we're not connected. They come to our neighborhoods, they open businesses, and they make money and take it back to their area, the same as the Asians, the same as the Arabs, the same as the Indians or the Kamalas, the same as everybody else. Just pimp our community for what they need and run back to theirs. And that's okay. But just remember, that's the position that you put yourself in as a pimp. So when we decide not to be hoes no more, you got to accept that.